Okay, so today I decided to take a ride down Colonel By. This has always been, or always is, one of my favorite little roads to take while driving around here in Ottawa. It's nice because it's not very far from my place. It only takes me about 10 or 15 minutes, maybe, depending on traffic, to get to this road. And it's a nice, relaxed pace. There's barely ever any traffic on this road. Speed is nice. It's about 60 kilometers per hour, I believe. But of course, sometimes you get a little quicker. But like I said, traffic is almost none until you get close to downtown, which is always really awesome. Really awesome. So today it was about 20-ish degrees outside, and decided it was a good day for a ride. Why wouldn't I? Was pretty productive throughout the day, but this was a nice way to end it. So I'm out here, mid-afternoon, and going for a bike ride. So nothing finer to do when you have a day off than head out on the bike, which is, I think, always a great way to spend your time. So this ride from start to finish on Colonel By is only about 7-8 minutes, maybe closer, maybe 9 or so. So it's a nice quick ride. For any of you that are wondering, you can probably hear some music behind this audio track going on, and that's audio coming from my speakers on my bike. I am listening to music while I'm riding, which is always fun to do. One thing I find, though, is you really have to crank them up, so you gotta watch what kind of gloves you're wearing, because when you hit slower speeds or you hit an intersection where the light's red, it's nice to have gloves that you're able to adjust the volume, whereas the volume knob is pretty small. So luckily today I'm wearing small little leather gloves, which helps. And I'll be your little tour guide today. So for those that haven't ever been here to Ottawa, we would have just passed a portion of the University of Ottawa. Also, on the left-hand side, I believe here is kind of where Tulip Fest is being held this year, or it gets held every year, or at least a part of it. So, for those interested, Ottawa always has a really great Tulip Festival that goes on in the month of May. Now, the first part of Colonel By has a little bit more straights in it, I find, but it's definitely got some curves in it, which is good. The midsection to the latter section of it is where it gets a nice little bit curvier, which is as you're coming into downtown. But I always just like the entire ride. It's nice having all this green around you, and the older homes, some really big homes on the left-hand side. And even though you can't really see it as my camera is mounted on my engine guard, the canal is right to the left of me, so that's pretty cool as well. On a side note, both of the cameras that I'm using right here are the Vivitar 787 HDs, and I have to say, each time I play them back and look at the footage, I'm always really happy with the way this camera is performing, and it's inexpensive, so if something were to happen with it, it's not hard for me to just go buy another one, which is great. This one here, though, which is mounted on which you can see that is mounted on my engine guard, I had to buy a different mount that didn't come with it, just because my engine guards are so thick, so the diameter is really big, so none of the mounts would actually fit on it. So I actually went on eBay and found a clamp mount, which as you can see works really well, so quite happy with that. And yes, you can of course hear the nice music that I'm listening to. I have a nice little playlist going on in the background, so maybe you can hear it, maybe you can't. But it's always nice to, especially when you're riding by yourself, I find. And when I'm riding in town, it's nice to just have a little bit of music. I don't have to have it up too loud. On the highway, I really have to crank it up, just because of all the wind noise that's coming through. But since I'm only traveling around here at about 60 or 70 kilometers, wind noise isn't bad at all, and the speakers work really well, so quite happy with them. I have to say though, I'm really quite happy with this placement, I guess, of this mount that I have on this engine guard here. I would almost be tempted to buy another camera just so that I can set it on my other engine guard on the other side of the bike and have it pointed either forward, just in case, you know, you get stuff that's a little more exciting on the left side, or have it facing back. I'm a little curious to see what it would look like facing backwards. Maybe next time I go for a ride, I'll spin the camera around and see what it looks like facing that way. So we are coming into the downtown section now, and there is pretty much only one last curve that is going to be after this one here that goes to my left, and again we'll be passing another part of the University of Ottawa, and you'll see a little crosswalk that I kind of swing by here shortly, and that leads us all to these buildings over here, which is the university. Maybe I passed it, I'm not too sure. Oh, there it is. This is the university right here. So this is this crosswalk, and this is coming into downtown Ottawa. So, you know, our downtown is, I don't know, as exciting as downtown can be, I guess, but it has the canal running through it again, which is on the left of the bike, and from this view, and I don't know, I don't spend a lot of time downtown, but I just thought today that I would come down Colonel by, and on the following up video, I actually am going to go home through the River Parkway, which is also a really nice drive. And there we go, we've kind of entered downtown, and this is where Colonel By kind of loses its steam, you know, we get a little bit slower here. As we get into traffic, but you can see traffic kind of just happens out of nowhere. So it's a nice ride getting in, but be prepared to have it end abruptly with lights, and hopefully you're either on your way to Quebec to do some more riding over there, or you're like me, gonna just kind of whip through downtown to get onto the Parkway. So the next video coming up, or you should see, will be of me on the Parkway. So enjoy. Talk to you guys later. Ciao.